All right, here's an example of how to use a resource list. I've got a request from some teachers who would like a set of books or a list of books for students who need to read something classic, for example, Jack London. So to begin with, under catalog, I went to resource lists, and I'm using Lincoln Junior High as my example here. As you can see, I've got lots of different resource lists. So I'm going to create a new one. And when you create a resource list, you have the option to make a list public, and I can show you that in a later video, but I'm just going to call this one LJH Classics. And we'll just give it a simple name. So once my list is created, obviously there's nothing in my list, but I'm going to go take a look at it, and by clicking on view, it's empty right now. So that kind of becomes my default list. So if I start searching, and I'm going to search for, I mentioned Jack London. I reset all of my search types here. And I'm going to do an author search for Jack London. I can simply add the titles that come up in my search results by clicking the check mark that says Add to List over on the right side. So I can put this in by clicking that. I can go down. Once it refreshes, I can add White Fang. Now, the benefit of having it in a resource list is if you're at the circ desk and somebody comes up and says, hey, I'm in so-and-so's class and I need to get a classic book to read, you can quickly pull your list. You can have the student log into Destiny and pull the resource list if you make that resource list public. So that's a couple options. Another option would be you can generate a bibliography of the items in your list, and I'm going to show you that as well. So let me add one more title to my list. Wait on my page to refresh. There we go. I'm going to go take a look at the list. Now, if your list gets really long, it may span over a couple pages. I think 25 is I've only got 4 items in my list right now. So what I'm going to do down at the very bottom is I'm going to create not a citation list, but a bibliography. And I can call it whatever I want to call it. My screen's refreshing on me here. I'm going to call it LJH Classics, and I'm going to say go. Now, the bibliography pulls the 520 mark tag, which is the summary tag for each of these items, and it essentially creates a summary that you can then take that summary and you can do something with it. You could print it out, put those at the desk for kids to read, brief little vignettes of what is this book about, and you can have the author information in there, the call number, and so forth. So that's the purpose of the bibliography. The citation list is similar to that, not quite as fancy. I'm having trouble getting it to load here during the demo. While that one's loading, let me go back and create the bibliography so you can see that. Let me go back to citation. Here's my citation list. It's just a list of items. The first one's electronic, and the other 2 or 3 there are in print. Going back to bibliography, I want it sorted by call number, let's say. Show the notes is what I want it to say. Here's my bibliography. So if I want to generate a PDF, I can go through the steps of trying to print it, open it as a PDF. I'm working off of a Mac here. But it gives you the call number, the author, gives you a short little brief summary. So that's the bibliography. Citation may be helpful for some classes just to have a list. The problem with the citation is it doesn't give you the call number. So that's a drawback to that. So a resource list would be the way to go to generate that. You can do lots of different things. You can email the list. You can save it as a text file, send that. You could share the text file out to a student in Google Docs. That's another avenue to promote the items that are on the list. Another way, and this is the old school way, as you're looking at the title in the Explore tags, if you know you want Jack London, you can click on Jack London and it will thread all the items that are Jack London items in our collection, and then you can go through and say, oh, I missed the Seawolf, I should add that to my list. And you can go through particular authors if you're building lists based on a particular need that a teacher has or a genre. So that's it for now.